Welcome back to Sports Blitz Live, presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill. Jeff Carr, Michael Goggins, former Auburn Tiger. It's hard to believe I'm saying former Auburn Tiger. It kind of sounds crazy, but Michael, I know you're excited. You're extremely thrilled with what you did at Auburn University and which got you to this point. You know, and I'll go back and talk about Auburn and, you know, all these schools around the country and, you know, that give people like you an opportunity to have a dream, to actually fulfill a dream.
Yes.
And
I mean, I first want to say, man, I love my city, man. I love Atlas City. People been here for me, man, and you know, it's crazy sometimes because people don't realize, you know, the importance, you know, the fan support.
Sure.
You know, that totally plays on a lot of these athletes, man, and I just want to say thank you to the city and just thank you to everybody that supported me and supported the Auburn family. So.
Absolutely, and you're between 07 and 2010, 80 tackles, 12.5 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks, and Michael, you battled some nagging injuries here and there, and I know you're battling an injury right now, but you're getting stronger, and obviously today you proved that that you're right there on top of the game, and you checked in at 6'1", a little over 6'1.5", 263 pounds, and you ran to me, amazing 4.6 40, and to me at the NFL level, and Jeff, you just jump in. That speed element, there's no substitute for speed. I mean, you can build up strength and you can do some things to get stronger, but if you got that kind of speed at Michael's size, that's something special.
If he had been in Indianapolis, that'd have been the fastest. That's all you need to know. He'd have been the fastest in Indianapolis at defensive end. Nobody beat that time.
We'll see that right there tells you all you need to know. What went through your mind because we watched some of that today, Michael, as it was broadcast all over the world, and when they read that out to you, 4.6, what went through your mind there?
Oh man, I just felt like, you know, it was an accomplishment. I knew in my mind that I could do it, you know, but sometimes, you know, things don't go as planned. Sometimes people get nervous right before they take off. And I just basically try to stay focused, man. I locked myself into a little box, and I just stayed focused the entire day. And, you know, I was able to put up some good numbers. You know, 4.6, that's not bad at 265. So,
I don't think
so. I just went out there and tried to do my best, man.
Well, Michael, the one thing that we noticed, and not to say because everybody does things differently. Everybody handles pressure differently, and some people like to walk away. Some people like to laugh and cut up a little bit. But we looked at you, and you know, all as you guys were standing around, and Coach Yoxel was talking about what you need to do and getting ready and all that. I could see the focus on your face. It's almost like game day. And, you know, to me, I said, you know, Michael's ready to go. You know, he's done all he can do to prepare himself to get to this point. And you proved it out there. When you ran that time, I mean, it's just, as Jeff said, you would have been the fastest in Indianapolis. And, you know, the only thing you want to do is be the best at your position at everything. And you proved that on the run.
I think one of the things we injected is the team, the whole team. Last night we had a dinner, got a little pasta in him, you know, to get him ready, was to do the little things that show that you're a winner today, which may be, I don't care how tired you are, don't put your hands on your hip or on your head, you know, you're smiling. I don't care how. The defensive line drills those boys went through at the end of the day today was just crazy. I mean, they were making up stuff out there for him. Michael was smiling and going with it. Some of the other guys were like, are you serious? We're still doing this? And some of the guys out there, and there's some great guys out there who are kind of joking around and stuff. And there's a time to have fun, but this is a professional job now. It's like a job interview. You got your potential bosses out there looking at you, and Michael did a wonderful job of just being a professional today. I'm real proud of him in that aspect, the way he carried his position drill. But it's the game within the game. You know, there's a lot of little things people don't understand that these guys do to become winners. And in Michael's case, he is a winner, but he works very hard at it. When people, you know, the cameras aren't on, people don't realize how hard he really does work.
Well, Jeff, you know, talking about the NFL Combine up at in Indianapolis, you know, to me that's grown into more of a show, a glitz and glamour deal. It looks to me like a lot of the main hard work that's gone into it by a lot of the athletes comes right down to these pro days back at the universities, and it seems like more scouts maybe show up in that particular that are looking for specific pieces. Am I wrong there?
No, especially, well, it started back with Georgia's pro day when Matt Stafford did not go to Indianapolis, and he was the #1 pick by Detroit. Kind of set a precedent where a lot of the kids stayed back for pro day, and there's really no rhyme or reason with Indianapolis, frankly, in my opinion. But today, especially, all 32 teams were definitely represented, but that, probably the Cam and Nick factor had a lot to do with that. There was that was a senior-laden team. There was a lot of leaders, and they wanted to see the guys like Mike Goggins and some of the other guys out there, the Brian Isoms, who were leaders and who maybe didn't get the ink that some of the other guys did. But again, this is a young man who's up at training at 7:30 every morning. He's riding a stationary bike for 20 to 30 minutes. He's getting a breakfast, and then he's off and trained at 2 o'clock every day.
Let's talk about that real quick. That's a good segue into this. And Michael and Jeff, you guys just elaborate whenever you feel. Go through a typical day. And I know this documentary that you guys are filming is going to be something that's going to be neat to watch, and it follows you. I mean, it follows you and Baron and what you guys go through. Again, you can't sit on the couch and drink sodas and eat potato chips and then pop up and say, I'm going to run a 4.6 and be almost 6'2" and weigh nearly 270 pounds. That's something that takes a lot of work each and every day. Talk about, first, Michael, talk about the rigors of a normal day trying to get ready.
First off, man, I like to say dedication equals success. And I always strive on that, man. If you're not dedicated, you won't succeed. And that's one of the first thoughts go through my head every morning. I wake up and praise the Lord for waking me up. And, but yeah, getting up at 7:30 every morning, man, and, first off, getting on the bike. For 15, 20 minutes.
And why do you get on the bike? Tell everybody else. Let's talk about it. Why is the first thing you do get up to get kind of warmed up, get everything
Pretty much, that's it, man. Just get your muscles fired up, get warmed up, get a good sweat going. And then we go have breakfast. Usually consists of eggs, bacon, sausage, turkey bacon.
All protein there.
Yeah, definitely, man. And, good biscuits or whatever. Get some good food in you, put that weight on your protein. And after that, we kick it off. So we usually hit the weight room
All people
first.
say it's over by then. I mean, you sweated
that'll be nice.
Good breakfast. They think, I've had a pretty good workout.
Yeah, that'll be nice, but definitely not the case. So, we usually hit the weight room after that for probably about an hour or so. Then work on a lot of fast twitch stuff, like working on the get-offs with the 40. Like some days, like Tuesday and Thursdays when I was training, we focused a lot on like the 5-10-5 shuttle and the L-cone drill. Those are drills that we have to do at the pro day.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the thing that we usually focused on with that aspect. And but like Tuesday and Thursday we did a lot of position work. Afterwards after we got done with everything. So my body was exhausted. Coming out of the fast twitch stuff, but I had to set my mind up. To say I can finish stronger. So. That's what's been instilled in me, man, and it takes a lot of hard work, man. But just to wake up and do it every day, it takes a man. So.
And Jeff, to me, when you hit that wall, when you're working out or when you're running, and you finally hit that wall, to me, the guy that's able to push themselves and continue to get over it and kind of get that second win are those guys that are successful, like Michael said.
Yeah, Michael had a stinger towards the end of the year in his left shoulder. It was, a little painful, I guess, and I know he had to probably get a cortisone shot or two. But at the end of the day, he had an opportunity to do bench press today or not. And there were some guys that chose not to, probably could have. And he did, and it was a respectable situation with his shoulder. And his shoulder is rehabbing to get stronger. Sure. My point is he didn't have to do it, but he did because he's proven to it's really not just about the stats. He's proven to these personnel guys in the NFL that, hey, man, I'm going to go through a wall for you. I'm going to do it. It doesn't matter how bad it's going to hurt me. I'm going to do it. He's not going to complain about a 40 time. Maybe in his mind he could been a sub 4.6 guy with the wind. The crosswinds today were a little crazy. I've seen this man do a vertical 38.5, 39 inches, today. And a lot of guys' verticals seem to be off today. But at the end of the day, he was in the neighborhood. And I'm going to, really stack that up to all the dedication he's had in the weight room the last 7 weeks. And also his trainers. I mean, he's had some great training, and he's done a lot. The other thing is he's done a lot of work with film and understanding some of the left tackles, some of the position players, and getting some scouting reports. So when he starts these player interviews with these NFL scouts, he's going to say, hey, I understand what you're talking about with this terminology. Yep. Or, if they're talking about who he might go against, he might have an idea what they're going to do so that he's prepared. So
That's
we're
good
real
stuff.
excited about the direction Michael's moving, and he's just he's one of these guys who never makes an excuse. He's just going to do it for you. And one of the trainers, he's been training for a long time, just basically told me this kid right here is the salt of the earth. Just you can't ask for anything better. It's yes sir, no sir, and I'm going to do it. If I can't do it, we're going to figure out a way to do it.
Well, that's what a lot of people want to hear. Not only if you're training to be an NFL football player, but if you're going into the
Everyday
corporate
life.
world or going into any business, whatever it is that you might do. We're going to take another break, Jeff. We'll close it out here in this next segment with you guys, and we'll talk about what's next. You know,
Sounds
the
good.
the next stage here as you move on, Michael, and head toward the NFL. So stay tuned. More Sports Blitz Live presented by JR's right after this.